Renting is difficult, but even harder for those on low or fixed income. The Alberta government, along with the mayors of Calgary and Edmonton, are expressing their disappointment Tuesday in the federal government's financial contribution towards affordable housing. Canada's new housing minister announced $1.5 billion for its rapid housing initiative. They provided Alberta with less than 3% of that funding.
We're the fourth largest province. We have 12% of the population, and we're just not seeing that money come back to us.
More than 3,000 people in Edmonton alone are considered homeless, with similar numbers in Calgary. Out of 39 applications to the feds, only 6 in Alberta were approved.
The application that we submitted to the federal government would have allowed us to build additional 288 units. So that means 288 families or individuals will no longer have the opportunity to have a place to call home.
The three governments are now banding together, asking the feds to reconsider their funding allocation to the province.
It is unacceptable for the Prime Minister to shortchange Alberta.
For Jason Nixon and the UCP to minimize their role in addressing this crisis is highly irresponsible.
Alberta's official opposition housing critic says she shares the same disappointment, but doesn't believe the province of Alberta is doing enough.
The UCP are happy to point fingers elsewhere for their own failures.
While the UCP has made cuts to affordable housing programs in the past, they are now committing more than $1 billion in the next 3 years.
Our province is prepared to step to the plate, but the federal government cannot disregard its responsibility. And the first thing it needs to do is make sure that it gives Alberta its fair share of our money.
But one political scientist says blaming Ottawa may be popular politically in Alberta, but there's a need for all levels of government to work together.
It's a bit ironic that the provincial government is criticizing the federal government for not providing enough funding in the past, and on the other hand says it doesn't want the federal government to get involved without their approval.
Edmonton's mayor says the first 2 phases of the Rapid Housing Initiative from the federal government allow the city to house nearly 500 individuals and families. In Edmonton, Laura Kraus, City News.
Follow City News.